Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Villa Balbianello, Lake Como, Italy. Gorgeous estate, incredible views, movie set, weddings, and more. Villa Balbianello is a must-see while visiting Lake Como. In September 2022, I had the privilege of visiting Bellagio, which is just down the road from this famous villa. This villa makes a great day trip either by boat or by car. How to get there? So thankfully, the villa was within driving distance from Bellagio, where we were staying. You can check out more of that in my blog and podcast on Bellagio as well. Visiting by boat is another option to see the villa, and many travelers decide that this way is the nicest way, an opportunity to be on the water and arrive in style for the tour. I've included a link to the tour of the villa by boat as well in the link description below, and you can see a little bit more information if you have a small group tour as well. The tour includes a Venetian-style boat and a glass of Prosecco, and the boat tours range anywhere between $90 per person and $320 per person for a full day tour, depending on, which way and how much you add to the tour. So while we were visiting the villa, Katie and I decided to wing it, and we bought our tickets to visit 48 hours before. I did purchase the first slot of the day, which was 10 a.m., and we got the last two tickets that were available to walk the grounds only of the villa, and the tour inside was already full and completely booked. So this was definitely a lesson learned. We truly did enjoy our walk around the majestic property, so I would say if you missed the inside of the villa, then don't lose heart. You can still have a really good time. Parking was tricky, however, and we parked as close as we could to the grounds, but getting to the villa is a bit interesting, and the road is not all the way accessible as well. Parking is not available near the property, so we parked in the last places that we could that were in public parking. I'll have more of that in the vlog. You can see that on YouTube. And we walked through the back entrance and then on the paved sidewalk to the villa. We learned there was an additional path as well to and from the villa that included a hiking trail, and being the adventurous type, we decided we would return to the parking lot going by the hiking trail. You can also see that in the vlog. There are really spectacular views and places to have a picnic, so this might be the way that you enjoy your way back from having the tour. The tour of this beautiful and romantic villa is a special treat for your Como visit, and as of 2019, over 135,000 people visit this villa every single year. And on special nights in the summer, it hosts an evening in the garden or sunset in Balbianello. It includes a drink, finger foods, and a first plate or a prima piatta with a serving of gelato too. It is typically around 50 euros for tourists and 40 euros for residents. For more information on special events, I've also put the link below. Reservations are mandatory for this event. Now, pardon me for a commercial break. Next year in 2023, I am so thrilled to be offering group tours again. This is one of my favorite ways to travel. Beginning in April, we will first set sail along the Danube on a Riviera River cruise from Budapest and make our way up to Slovakia, Austria, to return to the baths of Budapest. After a week of sailing along this river filled with history and mystery, then May 19th to the 27th, I'm partnering with CIE Tours for an Irish adventure tour. We begin in Dublin and really see the country from Cork to Dingle and the Cliffs of Moher to Northern Ireland and Titanic Belfast. This once-in-a-lifetime adventure is going to be amazing, and there is no better time to travel than right now. Have a destination you're interested in and want to book a group? Let me know. I specialize in European and Caribbean experiences. Whether it's hiking in the Alps or sipping cocktails on the beach, I've got you covered. Interested in these tours? Check out the links in my podcast description or visit my website, travelwithwendy.net, group tours. Thanks for listening today. Now back to my podcast. Our walk around the grounds and the gardens did not take too long, I would say under 2 hours, and they have a really nice gift shop as well, and we took a lot of photos. This is another Instagrammable location for you. This villa on Lake Como is a Hollywood movie set magnet and was host to two very popular movies, the James Bond Casino Royale and Star Wars Attack of the Clones. This was the wedding location for Anakin and Padme. In Lake Como, almost 24 films have been filmed here for its natural beauty and background of unforgettable movies like Alfred Hitchcock's Grand Hotel, A Month by the Lake with Uma Thurman, and many, many more. But this villa, built in the 18th century, was on ruins of a Franciscan church by a cardinal. Franciscan? Yes, that's Francis of Assisi, one of my favorite guys. The cardinal who owned it also owned a nearby villa, the Villa Balbianello, which he bought the entire estate on the peninsula to enlarge his expanding property. And then additionally, an American later bought this. His name was Butler Ames, and he was on a visit to Italy and Lake Como, and he just fell in love with this villa. And so in 1911, he purchased this. It changed hands from time to time with different owners, and in 1974, Guido Monzino purchased the villa. He was an entrepreneur who was also an explorer and mountaineer, and Guido focused on shaping the way the villa looks, and the gardens pretty much looks the same way he designed it back then. Eventually, in 1988, the villa was given to the FAI, which is the Fondo Ambiente Italiano, to be managed and maintained. This nonprofit organization is considered the land trust of Italy. Today, you can rent the space for family and corporate events, as well as it's open for guided tours. We really enjoyed our day trip here. We had a pretty nice day. It was overcast skies, but it still led to just gorgeous pictures. I would recommend that you get a chance to do the tour inside to do this. So be sure to get your tickets way in advance if you know that you're going to be visiting Como and the lake. After touring the grounds of the villa, Katie and I decided to make our way to Bellagio, which is another popular town on the other side of the lake, and it was just a short drive from where we parking lot to the ferry and how to catch the ferry over to Bellagio. So be sure to look for that vlog as well, coming out soon on our day trip that connected the Villa Balbianello to Bellagio. So this really only took like a half a day to do, and I would recommend even with the hike included. So you can easily add one more excursion tour, or maybe you just want to lounge by the lake while you're at Lake Como. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. I'll see you next time. Ciao.